Good evening and welcome back to Highbury Stadium for tonight's FA Youth Cup tie, the third round tie between Fleetwood and Burnley. If you're currently watching on the stream, there is a light show, so please be aware of the lights on the screen. However, joining me this evening, the one and only Scott McNeil, back again. Scott, how are things your end?
Fantastic, really looking forward to this game. I know we've got a special guest and it's nice of him to join us. So I'll let you introduce him in a minute. But yeah, listen, I'm so excited for the game. Got a real cup tie feel about it.
Yeah, it certainly does. Before I go to our special guest, it's going to be a different tie to the last round, Tamworth. Probably the underdogs going into this one. What are your thoughts?
I would agree. Burnley have got a really good 18s team. And yeah, obviously if you go through their team sheet, which obviously we will, they've got some real dangerous players. And I think this will be a true test for Fleetwood tonight. One that they are capable of winning for sure, but I certainly believe in all fairness that they start as the underdogs in the game.
Well, where do I start with the guests? Probably I'll start with introducing Kayden Hughes. Was the under-18s captain last season before making the breakthrough into the first team. Kayden, first of all, how are you?
All good. Happy to be doing the commentary. Yeah, and like Scotty said, can't wait for the game.
You've got a lot to live up to after last time. We had Owen and George on there. Did George or Owen give any pointers for tonight?
He didn't know. I'm not bothered asking him. He just talks all the rubbish, does Owen.
He talked. Both of them talked some rubbish and some good on the last stream. So if you join us for the Tamworth game, welcome back to the live stream of tonight's game. You've been part of FA Youth Cup fixtures. Just what does it mean to the players inside that dressing room and yourself, of course?
Well, especially in academy football, it's the biggest nights of your life. Sometimes the biggest nights in your career as well if you don't go on after academy football. So definitely does mean a lot, and to showcase what you can on these nights when everyone's watching, it's really important to do so.
And I guess some of these players playing now would have watched you in previous years and all your teammates. So for them to be on the pitch now, it's a great moment, and they've got to enjoy it and thrive in it, haven't they? Yeah,
100%. Well, like I said, I played with the second years last season, didn't I? So all good mates of mine, so it's good to see them obviously making it to the third round against a big team like Burnley.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough test, Scott. Before I go for the teams, what threats do you think Burnley will pose Fleetwood this time around?
I think they'll be able to match us physically. Obviously Burnley will be well organised by Tony Phillips-Kirk, who's a wily old fox in the 18 management circuit. You know, obviously spent a lot of time at Oldham, had a great career as well. But I know Tony personally, and he'll have these players ready for the challenge tonight. But I think they'll pose a threat going forward. I think they've got excitement across the pitch. But yeah, again, it's on the night. But Fleetwood will have to be on the metal tonight.
Yeah, they definitely will do. Looking at the Burnley starting 11 for tonight's game, Felix Chester will start between the sticks. Wearing the number 2 shirt will be Logan Carlin. Captain and 3, Ben Jordison. Number 4 will be Noah Odayoko. Number 5 will be Jack McAvilly. 6, Frankie McMahon-Brown. 7, Zach Johnson. 8, Adam McCoy. 9, Benji Wetsy. 10, Kian McMahon-Brown. And 11, Brandon Puani. Looking at the bench for the Clarets this evening, Connor Edwards will wear the number 12 shirt. 14, Michael Stanley. 15, Joe Willock. We'll finish off, as you can see, the teams walking out of the tunnel. 16, Marley Lua. 17, Troy Savage. 18, George Borelli. And 19, Adam Abbas. Looking at your Fleetwood Town 11 in goals. Number 1, Ollie Belizia. 2, Raf Serino. 3, Leo Thompson. 4, and Captain Pele Smith. 5, Conor Hawley. 6, Riley Wilkinson. 7, Harvey Curry. Sam Kendrick in at 8. 9, Mikey Lane. 10, Crispin McLean. And 11, Liam Roberts. Looking at the bench for the Karami, Giovanni Minapoli will be the goalkeeper. 12, Josh Eccles. 14, Harry Elmore. 15, Lucas Taylor. 16, Jack Doherty. 17, Jake Doherty. And 22, Finn Hazelden. Kayden, when you look at that team, it's a strong lineup from Fleetwood. Which players are looking to stand out there? We know Crispin stood out in the second round. Will he be looking to do the same again tonight?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like Pele could be a big. He needs a big performance tonight. Mikey obviously getting a few goals as well, but it's a very strong Fleetwood team, and yeah.
I'm going to say when we come to Michael Lane, I'll ask Scott the same question afterwards, but Mikey's game isn't all about scoring goals, isn't it? He works hard off the ball, Gets a few assists for his name, but he's one of those strikers that gets frustrated. But his all-round play is important for Fleetwood tonight.
No, yeah, 100%. Played with Mikey for good 2 or 3 years now, so away from the goals, you always know what you're going to get off the ball, and work rate-wise, you always know what you're going to get from him.
Yeah, we've got a few comments here. Frankie and George saying, come on, Fleetwood. Stephanie Yates coming on. Kath Hughes says, come on to the young cods.
Who's
thumbs up.
Hughes?
And we also got Finley Metcalf says, a Burnley fan, watch out for the McMahon pair in there. So there'll be 2 players who will be looking to cause spot. But Scott, I'll let you.
Yeah, I was just going to say there, I think if you had to pinpoint an area that might dictate the game, it would be the midfield area. I look at Fleetwood, obviously, with Riley, Pele and Crispin. It won't lack work rate, but I also think that, you know, that's an area that it'll be tough to get the ascendancy, and whoever does might have more joy. I know, obviously, from watching Burnley across my role, that, yeah, the McMahon-Brown players, they're good players. But again, I think Fleetwood will, you know, in their own minds, fancy the chances. Why wouldn't they? They've knocked out bigger names than Burnley with the greatest respect over the years. So this would be another scout. But I do think this is one of the toughest tests that Fleetwood have had over the years in the Youth Cup.
Yeah, 100% agree. Burnley looking to get into the 4th round with a victory tonight in FY7. The music has gone off. The referee checks his watch, and with his linesman all wearing green and black tonight, and it will be the visitors to get us underway. And back to the goalkeeper and Long down the pitch for Fleetwood to deal with initially. And a bit of head tennis to start the game off. As we said, the game probably will be won in that midfield battle. Crispin picking up the man of the match for his performance against Tamworth in the last round for Fleetwood Town. Ball over the top. It doesn't quite fall for Burnley's number 7 there, Zach Johnson. And it will be a throw-in for the visitors deep inside Fleetwood's half. Great to see the comments on Facebook, YouTube, should I say. Many different platforms we're streaming on tonight, so if you do leave a comment, we'll try and leave as many out as we can. Kayden, we look at the academy now and where it has been from when you first joined the club. Just talk about the development of it, because now it's at Cat 2, playing in the Professional Development League against different opponents. But for you, how much has it changed? Yeah,
obviously the academy's changed a lot since I first came in as an 11-year-old boy. Obviously you got the dome now, loads of new faces. But yeah, like I said, lots has changed throughout the whole academy.
Yeah, and I guess we looked at, Kieran Donnelly would have been here at the start. We've had Jack Higgins, currently academy manager. How do you think he's changed things around the place?
Definitely changed it a lot. Me and Jack get on very well. You know, he's helped me out through my game as well, obviously being a fellow centre-half. So he's definitely helped me out in that aspect of things.
I'll come back to.
I think you've enjoyed his gym sessions, haven't you, Kayden?
Yeah, when I got injured for a bit the other season, you know, that was, instead of playing on a Saturday, you was in the gym with Jack on a Saturday, and yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Let's say that.
I don't think I could keep up with both of you two. I know what fitness Scott does before work every day, and what Kayden does on a daily basis within the first team. Michael Edwards leaves a comment. Nice to hear your voice again, Scott.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Excellent commentator and a top bloke, wishing you and the family a happy Christmas. Come on, the young cods. Great to keep the comments coming in. We're just over 2 minutes into this 3rd round FA Youth Cup tie between Fleetwood and Burnley. Good to see a good attendance. You won't be able to see it in the camera. It's just to our right-hand side. Not really settled down this fixture. Fleetwood looking to maybe get on the ball. Back to the Clarets goalkeeper, Felix Chester, who goes long to find his striker, and it's well by Raf Serino.
Yeah, he travelled a long way then, Rafa, and he had to make that count. Didn't get the cleanest contact with it, but he did enough.
Kayden, is that when you travel that far, you've got to win, haven't you? Otherwise, the gap's open at the back.
Yeah, 100%. You start worrying as well. You start, when you miss time, you start worrying. But he's done well there.
Fleetwood to deal with this pressure down the far side. Curry doing the hard yards at the back in Burnley corner.
He's done well there, Harvey, because they'll be looking to exploit us down the wide areas. You know, in a 3-5-2 formation, that's kind of where you can try and exploit. But Harvey Curry stuck to his task there and obviously defended the cross very well to give Burnley a corner.
corner. Set pieces could be key in this fixture. We saw Fleetwood score a few in the last round against Tamworth. He will open the deadlock here at Highbury. It's great hands by Ollie Blitzier in the Fleetwood goal, and maybe not the distribution he really wanted. Try and get Fleetwood on the attack straight away. But again, Scott as a defender and Kayden as well, I guess. You want your goal to be commanded in those areas, and Ollie was there. Yeah, and obviously Ollie, for his own personal reasons, will want to come and take that cross clean to get himself into the game, get himself settled. But yeah, he would be disappointed with his strike, because I saw that the space was there, and obviously he should have gone a bit wider with it to try and get Mikey in. But obviously the fullback cleared that then. But yeah, Ollie will be slightly disappointed, but more pleased with taking the cross and collecting it. Does that again, Scott, make Burnley think, right, I'm not maybe going to bring as many players forward next time if that's Fleetwood's plan to hit us on the break or not? I'm not sure that they wouldn't commit players, because they'll have worked on their set pieces. What I do think they'll do is they'll try and keep it away from the keeper if he's obviously coming in, taking crosses and being successful. That's where I think they'll try and vary the attack from crosses or wide areas. They'll keep it away from the keeper because he's claiming everything and he's confident enough to do so. But they'll still commit bodies forward. Burnley is joining the probably lion's share of possession in the opening 5 minutes. 4:42 on the clock. Game's not really settled down as we watch this one. Burnley just looking to play out and go long to hit their target man, Benji Wetschi. It's now with their number 10, Kean McMahon-Brown. Lane now picks the ball in a deeper area than he probably would like to, but does. Going to stop that there, the referee, to blocking the path. Good defence from the
it was
the referee.
I'm not sure. Great for Burnley. But I just think there Mikey's got to play the way he was facing. He's gone back in there, and obviously there was a little bit of traffic in there. And I just think he could have just played the same way. We had a couple of players wide here, Liam Roberts being one of them. But yeah, they'll definitely look to get McMahon-Brown on the ball. Obviously, the 6 is a real neat and tidy footballer who's got some real ability with his pass selection. And as you can see there, they want to try and get players on the ball and play through Fleetwood centrally. And as you can see before, they tried to go down the wide area, so they're going to vary the attacks. Well done by Riley Wilkinson. Referee might play advantage here for Fleetwood as he come with Kendrick. Goes out wide, ball into the box. It's not really dealt with by the Burnley team, and look to maybe get a strike away, and Crispin just gets the ball. It's a good reverse pass. Robertson, ball into the box. What a ball that was. Fleetwood should be taking the lead there, you should say, with the effort across goal, but the referee signalled for a goal kick, and Mike will be disappointed there, Kayden.
Yeah, I'll be very disappointed, but on Crispin there, you know, he's showing his quality like he did last round against Tamworth. Yeah,
that's one area that Fleetwood, the ability that McLean's got to unlock the deadlock here.
Yeah, he's got great vision, he sees passes, and when you've got players like Liam Roberts who can get on the shoulder, if I'm being really picky, I think Liam Roberts might have put a bit more pace on the cross to have maybe caused an own goal, but he tried to slide it across for someone to have a tap in. Fleetwood will be upset they didn't score there. They'll see that as a big chance, but it came from them pressing and winning the ball.
You see them now, aren't they, packing in fours, and if they do break those lines, Burnley, they do have the opportunity, and got to say it was a good advantage by the ref on the build. So Fleetwood's chance there, as it's now Johnson who picks up the ball into number 8, McCoy, twisting with his trickery left foot, looking to maybe pull the trigger from 18 yards.
It's a great challenge.
Very well there. I think it's Raff, isn't it, to get his body in the way there. And he's not an actual centre-half. He's normally play right wing-back, right-back. But how do you think he's adapted to playing in your position?
No, well, he definitely can do a job. I thought he's one of my favourite players to watch when I do watch him. So, yeah, I really like Raff as a player.
Glenn Cruikshank, who used to be work at Fleetwood Town, says nice to hear Anton Depp back on the comms.
We'll vote him out for a start. Great to hear from Glenn. Great lad. Hope he's well. I think as well, when I watched Burnley when they get on, there's a great ball by Smith looking for Roberts and lucky. I just think when I've watched how Burnley are set up, it seems clear that they do want to get in the ball into midfield or wide areas and then come inside and reverse it into the middle for the advanced midfielders. So I mean, McCoy then, you know, lovely little dip of the shoulder and had a little change of pace too. So that'll be something to keep an eye on.
So many teams these days looking to play out from the back, get the two centre-halves involved. Back to the goalkeeper, Chester, who picks out the other centre-half now for Burnley, wearing all black this evening. Perfect conditions, Scott, isn't it, for a game of football? A bit crispy in the air, but all good.
Listen, Kayden will know as well as me, if not better, this is perfect for a game of football. There's no wind. It's slightly nippy, but you're going to be running around. You know, the pitch looks well. There's no rain. It's perfect. For a night game, this is perfect.
Okay, and you played in these in first team league games, under 18s, where the weather's been chucking it down, the wind machine's been on, just, yeah. It's nice to play, nice to see a game of football here in the Foul Coast with these conditions.
No, yeah, about time Highbury doesn't see a bit of wind as well, doesn't it? So
after the recent weather we've had, it's great to see. But Fleetwood now looking to Crispin with a pass down to Roberts on this near side. Ball into the box, it's pulled back. Gotta say the Burnley defender does really well. Mikey Lane gets his body in the way, and it's cleared away by the team in black as Fleetwood recycle it at the back now with Conor Hawhey coming into the side tonight, looking to have an impact on his game at the back. What does Conor give to this side, Kayden?
He just gives that level of composure for a centre-half. I think technically he's really good on the ball, so he brings that control for you.
An international recognition for Conor in recent weeks. Great to see, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously we've done quite well with the boys across a lot of countries, not just Ireland. You know, Rafa with Montserrat. You know, I know that Crispin McLean surely must be on the radar for the Scottish FA. And there is a Scottish scout here tonight from the FA, Sandy Byers, so hopefully he'll be having a look at Crispin. But yeah, Conor obviously have had some international call-ups now for the 19s. It just seems to come naturally for him, for me. But yeah, he must be very composed to play alongside as well. He gives that feel, doesn't he, of in control of the situation.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if he's not.
Did you play a lot of times with him last season, Kayden, at the back, or?
Played a fair few, yeah, but yeah, like I said, very composed, very calm. Can be too calm at times, but no.
I think sometimes you need that as a centre-half, don't you, in terms of like not rushing or
Yeah,
panicking on the ball, but on the flip side of that, if you're too comfortable, that's maybe where mistakes can come.
Yeah, 100%.
Ball over the top for Fleetwood. 11 minutes into this game. Mikey causing troubles for any back line. Done well this season with the 18s and development squad, the under-21s. Struck up a nice partnership with Owen Devonport, who was on the stream last time when Fleetwood cruised past non-league Tamworth to set up a tie against Burnley. Nice bit of trickery from Johnson there. Number 6, McMahon Brown on the ball, linking up play. Maybe a foul in there, which the referee does see as well. But yeah, you can see what Burnley, what you said before, Scott, they're trying to play through the middle, and if the switch is on, then they will try and get it there, but predominantly down the middle.
Absolutely, and to be fair to them, although they haven't really penetrated us with that tactic, they certainly look like they can do it. So Fleetwood need to be on guard with that. Ooh,
you have to be careful there. The liner is in a superb position in his defence, but
I think Ollie
close.
questioned himself after he'd actually done it, so he went with his instincts and he was right.
You don't want hesitation in those areas, Scott, do you, when you're coming free? But Burnley's number 2, Carlin, just looking to get on the ball. Back to Johnson, who looks for the in-swinging from a deeper position. Fleetwood just chasing a few shadows at the moment with 13 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I would say as well at the minute, Burnley, when they get the ball back, are keeping it a little bit longer than Fleetwood are. Fleetwood would want to try and just get some possession, just get some passes in, whereas it seemed to be getting turned over quite evenly. I think now Burnley just started to settle into more of a rhythm than Fleetwood. Ball
over the top there, which was chased down by Benji Wetshi, but he couldn't quite get on the ball. Surface a little bit slippery when passes are coming through, so both teams have to be aware of that. That said, the pitch is in great condition for, say, it's only a few weeks away from Christmas. Burnley with possession on the far side, looking to enter Fleetwood's half, but they're forced back with the press from Fleetwood's number 6, Riley Wilkinson. Again, just pushing out wide to close that spell, but Burnley just looking to open the deadlock here at Highbury Stadium. The ball switched across to the number 4. Fleetwood doing the right thing there by not pushing out too much, or are they allowing Burnley too much of the ball?
They're giving Burnley the respect that they deserve. They've got to be careful they don't start trying to jump out because they're frustrated. But like I said to you earlier, Burnley seem to be keeping the ball better for sure, and they're just starting to slip into a rhythm. I think Fleetwood need to be careful that they don't let them get into that rhythm. And again, look, Fleetwood are trying to do the right thing, play forward. He's got to stick. He's tough. But then they've got to get players around the ball. But I would just like to see Fleetwood knit a few passes together to get their confidence going.
I guess when you are that deep, you've got one of those strikers, Kendrick or Lane's got to drop into that probably your number 10 position, like a deep line forward, just to kind of get on the ball and get those patterns of play going. Because you can see there what they tried to do, get into his feet, but it just didn't come off.
And exactly right. And for 5 minutes, maybe get close together. Do you know what I mean? So they can work something together and help people be able to get up the field, because obviously they want to get Roberts and Harvey Curry involved, and obviously Crispin advance on. So yeah, they just need to try and get hold of some ball. It's a great leap by Lane.
Throw into Fleetwood, midway inside Burnley's half. 15 minutes on the clock. Keep your comments coming in. We'll read out as many as we can throughout the stream. I understand the first team are playing this evening. As a matter of a few more come down to the Foul Coast. Fleetwood's turn to enjoy a bit of possession. Hawley on the ball now. Looking at that long diagonal switch. Watch the flick on. Wilkinson can't quite get on the end of that. I don't think he gambled as much as he should have done to get on the end of that ball, but Burnley have the possession deep inside their half. Kayden, we've seen you kind of take a role of captaincy last year and bring that forward into the first team setup. How do you think the captaincy armband last year has helped you develop as a person?
Yeah, it definitely drove my personality within the group. I felt like with the captain's armband, I needed to be more of a leader, so I felt like in that aspect of things it definitely helped me out.
Were you kind of a leader in the dressing room, on the pitch, or are you a mixture of both, would you say?
No, yeah, mixture of both, definitely, but I feel like when I got the armband, it definitely drove me a lot more on the pitch, like communicating and commanding my area, yeah.
Does that make it easier transition to the first team? Because pre-season made the step up with George Morrison as well and a few others, but did that help that transition, do you think?
Yeah, it definitely helped in my development of things, so in that aspect, yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
I'd like to ask you, Kayden, obviously I've been around for your journey, and we all know that it's not straightforward, is it? When did the kind of penny start to drop, or did you think, right, listen, I might have a chance, or I need to start taking this a little bit more seriously? When did that court start to click in?
I'd sort of say when I signed my scholar, like I feel like you definitely start seeing the pathways as soon as you start making it into the full-time program away from like the nighttime academy. So it started clicking then, I'd say, but then the real moment for me was probably my second year, playing with the 21s a lot, playing up a lot, so I reckon that's when it most clicked for me, yeah.
And again, I think that obviously people won't be aware that, but I was, that you were doing extra away from the club as well. So what drove that? What made you think I need to do more?
I'm not really good at anything else. Without football, I'd probably be a bit screwed. But it's just the hunger of wanting to be a footballer, really. Yeah. Like, it's what I want to do. So,
what was there a feeling that you could see it, you could almost touch it, and do you know what? If I put a bit more in, there could be something more for me.
Yeah, 100%. Like you see all the time, if you put the extra work in, then you're only going to get benefits, and obviously, I've seen the benefits, so just need to keep working and then see even more benefits now. So that's the goal.
Absolutely, and I think it's a good point for me that whilst yes, it is tough to be a scholar and a professional player in the 21s, I think it no longer takes care of itself. It does need you to take control of your own journey in your own game and go, do you know what, I will do more? Because there's always other people who will do more.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, you've got to know your own game. Like being an undersized centre half, like I need to be in the gym and I need to be doing these extra things just to make a career in whatever aspect of football that is. So yeah.
Chance for Burnley moments ago to try and get the first goal of this game. It probably will be crucial, that opening goal. But Burnley looking to try and get it now on the far side. Looking trickery to get a Curry. Driving into the box, it's picked up with Lane, but he does get the second, and he's got to be careful, the defender, because if he does pull him back, it will be a yellow card. It's switched the play to Roberts. If he gets the first touch, if he doesn't, it's a great tackle there by Carlin. It's Fleetwood's ball just inside their own half.
I was just going to say then, Sam, as well, I think if you look at Burnley at the minute, they seem quite settled. They're happy to pass, and they've got a few patterns of play going, so we can identify with what their game plan is. However, if you look at Fleetwood there, I mean, not just single Crispin out, but Crispin, it's a simple pass back and rebuild the play. It takes extra touches, and that's just where I think the game at the moment is at. I think Fleetwood are just a little bit tentative in possession, and Burnley have obviously settled quicker.
Yeah, I'd like to add on that. Like, you can see what Burnley are doing. They've got the 4 men at the top of the pitch pressing, so but then that means there's a spare man in midfield for Fleetwood. So if Fleetwood can find that spare man, then we could break the press.
I guess it's the same on the flip side. When we've seen Fleetwood press, they've had those 4 players press Burnley's back line. If they can break through, there's going to be gaps across the pitch for both teams. And it's across now to Noah Adekoyo, who looks to find Johnson on this near side. Fleetwood's got to relax in those positions. Pele, a bit of loose control there at him. Switch the play. Curry's got to try and just get the right side here and don't let the attacker get in on his favoured right foot, which he wants to do. Ball into the box. It's not quite find his teammate, and it's up to Roberts to clear the ball away. Kendrick now on the ball. He has got the pace, but didn't quite have the first touch, and it will be should be a Fleetwood ball.
And again, Sam's done well. He's reacted, but get hold of the ball. We need to get up the pitch. Get hold of the ball. Fleetwood have got to take the medicine a bit here. They're not in the ascendancy. They need to just try and relax and play football. They're taking 1 touch when it needs 2. They're taking 3-4 touches when it needs 1 or 2. They just need to settle down, get some passes in, get themselves settled, and they'll build from there. Just pretty similar to what Burnley have done so far. Good pass.
It's important to get this man on the ball, isn't it? Pele Smith-Kayden, just to try and dictate that play, like he did in the...
There's the commentator's curse.
Just jinx him.
Yeah, just jinx him there. So I'll talk about someone else, a Burnley player, for a minute.
No, I agree with you. You make a good point, because Pele, as Kayden will know, is someone that's very intelligent in possession. And we do need to get him on the ball to be able to start influencing and dictating the game for us.
Yeah, 100%. He can get a game going with his passing ability. So, like Connor did there, if he can break that line of the front 4 there, and Pele can turn, then we'll have a lot more joy.
I guess there's a prime example where the probably easy pass almost just to go back to his centre half, where he's trying to the clever flick.
No need for it. Not the stage in the game. Understand where you're at within the game. They need to get a kind of a stronger foothold in it. They've got a foothold in it, Charlie. Well done.
Lane now looking to break forward, pushing the back there. Referee doesn't seem interested in that one or a few of the challenges so far in this game. He's kept it in.
Good lad, Mikey. Yeah, I think it was a foul. There's a blatant push there. I think the referee's missed that one. But one thing I will say, for as much as Fleetwood have not shown their true colours in possession, out of possession they've been good, and Yatesy will be pleased about that.
Yeah, 100%. They've not quite got going in possession, as you can see, but out of possession they're doing everything right, keeping a good shape.
We've got Stephanie Yates watching on YouTube. Mark Yates is her cousin, uncle, sorry, I don't know why I said cousin, to be fair. Apologies for getting that mixed up. Great to have...
Don't allow him to turn there, Robbo, good lad.
Great to have so many people join us from all over the world on all platforms, X, Facebook, Instagram stories as well. You can watch the game tonight if you're flicking through all your social media channels. So leave us a comment and we'll try and read out as many as we can in the game. 23 minutes on the clock. Probably still goalless here in FY7. And joining me, if you've not already been aware, by Scott McNeil and Kayden Hughes, first team player at Fleetwood Town Football Club. Chester.
First team player or academy graduate?
I'll mix between the two tonight, I think, and we'll give you as much praise as we can.
How's the family, Kayden?
All good, yeah, all good.
Fantastic support you get from them, don't they?
Yeah, 100%.
It's a good job you don't play on Thursdays, isn't it? Thirsty Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays, no.
Love the shipwreck, don't they?
I'd have no one.
Good job there's no games on a Thursday night, that's all I'll say.
Fleetwood go long, trying to turn this Burnley back line. Nice cushion headed down to the left back, and will be a free kick there, which Wilkinson gives away. 24 minutes played. You can tell there's a bit of tension in the air, Kayden, can't you, about no team or player wants to make that mistake.
No, yeah, 100%. But I think for Fleetwood, if the in-possession stuff's not going our way, then I feel like the second balls and everything like that, I feel like we need to be a lot more dominant. I feel like we're being a bit naive on all that stuff.
Yeah, my worry would be as well, that not that we've done it massively, but sometimes when you're not getting that foothold in the game, again.
Does he need to release it as soon as he did there, Scott?
Yeah, but it was a sloppy pass forward by Robbo. What I was just going to say is people just start trying to jump out of position. I saw Pele go quite wide to try and win the ball back. And, you know, he's got to make sure that the people within them areas are doing their job as well. But, again, Fleetwood, listen, out of possession and shape-wise, they're fine. We're trying to, obviously, will them on a little bit, but they've dealt with things defensively admirably, haven't they, Kayden? They haven't been in any great stress.
Yeah, if they can keep forcing that ball there, if Ollie keeps coming to claim it, being nice and brave off his line, then there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Look at, sorry, you go on.
That's a great touch, by the way, Crispin. I was just going to say then, if you look across Fleetwood's ball, what a ball.
Chance of Fleetwood here. Dink. Oh, it's just over, hits the stanchion. Great. Another great chance for Fleetwood. 25 minutes gone, Scott.
Yeah, I was just, well, listen, it works the other way sometimes about a commentator, but I was just going to say Fleetwood need to get the likes of Pele, Crispin, Robbo, Mikey in the areas forward, because that's where they're going to hurt Burnley. And Robbo's just delivered an absolute sumptuous cross there, hasn't he? That you're just waiting for the back of the net to bulge. But listen, the defender did well, and obviously we couldn't quite get the follow-up. That's really promising for Fleetwood.
Yeah, what I was about to say then, Robbo with his quality again out wide. You seen him last round against Tamworth, should have had about 10 assists, I reckon, on a good day. But no, that's just showing his quality there.
Yeah, it was a chance just watching. I think it was Riley, wasn't it, who made the third man run into the box. Couldn't quite keep his effort down. He's on a bit of a goal-scoring form at the moment.
Little things like that, you'll know as well as me, Kayden. Little moments in a game like that can go, come on, let's get going. That was brilliant.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And that breeds confidence in the side, doesn't it, Scott, as well?
Yeah, plus all of a sudden the players start going, get the ball to Robbo, get the ball to Robbo. And listen, Robbo's crossing and execution of delivery and technique of delivery he's just of the highest order right now. Hence why he's recently been offered his professional contract, which we're all delighted for. But yeah, he's in a good spot, Robbo, in terms of how he's playing. And it's funny, isn't it? There's loose passes now.
It's a great tackle.
Yeah, it is. It's a great, strong challenge by the four.
Oh, he can't get that foot around. He does win the ball.
He's done well. Great reaction.
What a pass. Well.
It's a great ball.
One the gaffer would be proud of in his prime.
And it's a great take by Curry.
Got to maybe pick out the right money.
It's not bad.
Headed by Robbo. It's just too high for the wide man, as Burnley look to break now with a bit of space inside Fleetwood's half.
Well
and it's
done,
a
Leo.
back touch there by Johnson. It's allowed
Find your
Fleetwood
pass.
to win. He's got to be calm now and pick out the right option. He's
Go
got
on
the
then,
time.
Leo.
It's a great shimmy. Into the box he goes. Left foot.
Oh, magic, Leo Thompson.
Leo Thompson there, Kayden, kind of,
I
he's
thought
watching your game, hasn't he?
He's done well there.
I thought Liam Roberts had put the three on his back. No, brilliant, Leo. Really good to see. Saw the space, went into it, and then had the composure just to slide the ball across, and he took it first time, which, listen, you've got to accept that in that kind of area and that distance out. Listen, it's unlucky, but again, it comes from them just doing the simple things well, and again, they've created it from the left-hand side.
And picking up that second ball, like Crispin battling in there, just to pick up the ball to then switch the play.
And we're sat here after 27, 28 minutes going, for as good as Burnley have been more composed, Fleetwood have the better chances.
Yeah, three probably half-decent chances to score. Mikey Lane, that one in the 7th minute, just couldn't quite get his body over the ball.
Well done, Crispin.
That's
better.
2 chances in the last 3 or 4 minutes of Well, to give Fleetwood a bit of hope in this tie, being the slight underdogs. And
Robbo.
It's another great ball into the box, which the young defender Adekoyo has to deal with. And yeah, we just see Fleetwood now, Kayden, just get themselves into the game a bit more. Yeah,
100%. There, obviously you can't hear it on the stream, but yeah, Connor get it out to Robbo, so you can see them recognising where they're getting the joy from.
Yeah, and like we said just before, didn't we? When we had that little chink of light for Robbo getting the ball, all of a sudden we've had 2-3 crosses now that have all come from there. And then Robbo starts enjoying himself, and he's worked half a yard there, Robbo, and, you know, delivered a devilish cross.
Set piece for Fleetwood. McLean whips it into the far post. Goalkeeper comes, punches away. It's one for Smith to dig back into the box. It's headed away by 9. Wetchy and Burnley look to attack, but one that Fleetwood won't allow him to do too much. And I think that's a little bit of a soft free kick, but Burnley take it quick and try and catch Fleetwood out of the back. But it's one that Connor Hawhey does superbly well to shield the ball out of play for Fleetwood.
Does well there, Connor.
Yeah, I can't let that go on goal though, Kayden. Pele had a swing of that right foot, should we call it?
Yeah, that was a bit of a swinger there. He brought the 9-iron out there, didn't he?
It was like a 9-iron. Oh, dear me.
It's a good job he's got a good left foot, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he had to put the ball back in the box, though, didn't he? He had to keep the attack flowing. So he had to do what he needed to do there. I mean, I think Yatesy and obviously his staff, Pondy, will be relatively pleased now the game's settled down and we've had a few chances. And possibly they might be a little bit disappointed. They're not in front. Here goes Robbo. He's having the time of his life, that boy.
It's superb running by the...
He's tremendous.
And give the defender credit there, Carl, and he's done well to keep up with him because
he's so quick.
I mean, that's the throwback, isn't it? It's push and run. I mean...
And that you don't see that much
in
modern
football, overtaking in the motorway, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's him though. He's not quite got the step over. He's not quite got that, but that knock and run he's got.
Stop doing the step over. Just run.
He's got the knock and run.
But the art of that, Scott's probably not in the modern game, is it? So it's quite refreshing to see that.
Yeah, it is. It's old-fashioned wing play. And like Kayden says, if he has it, just do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Use all your strengths, and Fleetwood looking to use another strength from the last few rounds is the set pieces. Referees waves play. Goes short. Burnley still in the line, so Fleetwood could have done something different, but it's a great disguised pass. Smith now, ball into the box. It's a great goal. One straight off the training ground. And it looks like it is Fleetwood's number 5. Connor Hawhey with Fleetwood's goal. 32 minutes on the clock.
I know Yatesy and Pondy will love that one. We used to work on set pieces like that all the time.
Yeah, it's a great move. And to be fair, Fleetwood have just started to get going. We've been obviously talking in the commentary positions about that, but there's class. It's just such a class of execution of a set piece, and Fleetwood will be absolutely delighted that that's just paid off.
And it comes from Robbo's little bit of magic there to get the corner as well.
Super, and then Crispin as well played his part as much as the goal. Didn't get the assist, but I think he got the assist to the assist to the assist on that one. But again, just need those magic moments and key plays in those times to unlock that. And Fleetwood find themselves 1 goal ahead with 32 minutes on the clock. Probably what they deserve for the last 5-10 minutes. And what they've done, they've had to ride a storm with Burnley's in the first 10-15 minutes, but since then Fleetwood.
I don't think you could have had a better free work in a set piece there either.
No, that came off very clean. And I'm sure when we speak to Mark Yates after the game, he'll tell me they've worked on that for the last few weeks. Burnley now have to react. They're 1-0 down against Fleetwood.
A nice text off the chairman saying great set piece, and Robbo with a sweating face. Yes. Wouldn't like to chase him for your dinner money, would you?
No.
Not at all.
What's he like, Kayden, as a character? We see him on the pitch, but what's he like off it?
If you don't know him, I'd say he's quite a shy person, keeps himself to himself, but when you do get to know him, he's class, Robbo, yeah. Really like Robbo.
Yeah, so they spoke to him midweek, so if you want to watch the interview at half-time, head over to the Fleetwood Town website and listen to what Robbo had to say before this cup tie. McLean now in the ball. He's done well to get his body for a wee man. But
look at the difference now, Crispin. 1 touch, get the pass out of his feet.
That's winning the second ball there as well.
Scott, what do Fleetwood have to do now? Then they've got, just over 10 minutes till half-time. Is it about just being composed and organised Or is it about going again for that second?
I think at the moment that they've got themselves into the game. I mean, they've had 20 minutes of almost, you know, not being in the intent. I don't think you can take a 1-0 lead and sit back, for sure. There's a long way to go. Burnley will be very dangerous, and I just think that Fleetwood will want to continue to doing what's just brought them the success even before the goal. So I think they'll carry on.
But, a little bit soft on... we've got a friend of ours, Joey Newsom, watching from Qatar. Gone global, boys, we've gone global. Get in, lads, great. That's the one.
Great lad.
Watching from Qatar, get in, lads. Great to hear Scott and Sam on the commentary again, and also amazing to hear Kayden's input too. Great work, everyone. Hope everything's going okay in Qatar. Joey always tells me a story about his academy days, does Joey? But
really, I've never heard one.
I've only heard it a handful of times.
That's Burnley trying to work their little bit of set piece as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, talking about the Middle East, Kayden, I think you quite like the Middle East football, don't you? There's a rumour circulating.
We could say so.
I feel left out of this chat now with what's going on. But it'd be a great place to play football, that's for sure.
I think the wages might be all right. I'm not sure about the weather and conditions.
I think the wages will be enough to hack the conditions.
Play at night anyway, I think, don't they? So it's only the
mid-20s.
Pele. Pele again looks like he's enjoyed himself. Potential handball there, but
He's
the liner or referee don't see that one. It's whether because he's got a touch of his boot first, he's not given it, which in the penalty area that would have been given as a handball. Fleetwood just enjoying again that moment of possession. Pele just dropping into those pockets in midfield. McLean trying to do the same thing on this near side, but it's a long switch which Robbo's not going to reach, but again Fleetwood trying to switch the play. Kayden Hughes on the chat. Come on, lads, keep this going. Let's have another one before half-time. Red and white badge and the anchor. Thrown for Burnley midway inside their half.
There are rumours circulating that a certain person is watching this game tonight, so you know we're all thinking of him.
Fleetwood with the chance to go forward. That's a rash challenge. Mikey Lane down, looks like number 9. Yeah, for Fleetwood.
He's had a couple of strong challenges, Mikey, which, by the way, were good tackles.
That's what I was saying before, Scott, about his play. It's not just scoring the goals, it's everything else he brings to this squad, and without him, he sets the tempo. Yeah, and Kayden will verify that when you've got a striker who's willing to work so hard when you get the ball up front and make it stick and bring others into play, it makes the defensive side a little bit easier.
Yeah, 100%, and obviously out of possession, a striker that'll leave one on a centre half as well. Yeah, it's always a good way to get the team going.
Ever leave any afters on you in training, Mikey? Or
he likes to think he's got a bit, but
who's this, Mikey?
Yeah, Mikey.
Who's the funniest person in the 18s dressing room, in your opinion, Kayden? Who's the joker? Who's got a bit of banter?
I wouldn't say banter, but I just got to go with Raf, because he's a bit of a space cadet.
Who's got the worst dress code? Come on.
I bet there's a few.
I love him, boy. It's got to be Robbo. It's got to be Robbo.
If you asked me to have a pound, I would have probably put it on Robbo, bless him. His dad's quite trendy as well, isn't he? So
his dad is trendy.
His dad needs to give him needs to give Robbo some tips, doesn't he?
100%.
If your dad's better dressed than you, you're struggling, aren't you?
You are.
Especially at that age as well.
Yeah. Mikey likes to think he has a bit as well. Let me just drop that one. He likes to think he has a bit.
We all dress the same then, don't we?
I've seen some in the office when they walk in. Fleetwood chance to put the ball in the box. It's going to be Kendrick.
He's worked hard, Sam Kendrick. Listen, he's an under 16 as well. Let's not forget. Yeah, he's worked really hard. That's what he gives the team. I watched him the other week play for the 16s against Sheffield Wednesday. He was great. He got a couple of goals, and don't forget he's got a couple of goals in the Youth Cup this season as well.
Last round, came on and made an impact.
Yeah, he's got to take these moments as well, because it's not many times a 16-year-old gets to have a run out in the Youth Cup either. So.
Very true.
I guess what's great for the academy is that there are those players under 16s. We've seen Reece Wilkes make his
tackle.
If he gets up, to be fair, well, we'll come back to that point. But Fleetwood trying to break, which probably slightly
well done, Crispin.
Overtouched by the Fleetwood man, but ball whipped into the box. It comes off a Burnley player out for a Fleetwood corner. 37 gone, Scott.
Yeah, I was just going to say there. I think Kayden will agree as well. Like Fleetwood now, they're not overthinking it, are they? It's just they're playing what they see.
100%. Yeah, they're just 1-2 touch now, and it's clearly working. Getting Crispin on the ball, getting Pele on the ball.
Looks like it's going to be McLean to take this corner on the far side underneath the scoreboard. What have they got up the locker this time, or is it?
Burnley will be looking to be very aware now, won't he?
I guess that causes a bit of doubt, doesn't it? Do we stick? Do we go? Do we push out on those men? But we'll see what happens. Just gone past the 39th minute of the game. Fleetwood 1 up thanks to a goal from Conor Haughey. Chance for Fleetwood. Whipped in. Header from Fleetwood. It doesn't quite fall to a teammate Curry on this far side. Burnley clear the lines. Only 2. A red shirt. Thompson now. Got to find that right pass. He just picks out his teammate Kendrick, who's got the Burnley striker to beat, but he does well to shield the ball out of play for a throw in deep inside their half. 5 minutes to go until half time. Scott, does the game plan change from what I asked before, or does it stay the same of what you said?
Well, I just think it's almost been the first half's been a game of 2 halves, hasn't it?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Burnley have obviously been settled quicker and had some moments, and then Fleetwood have created some chances, and then obviously got ahead with a fantastic routine from a set piece, which they'll be delighted about. But it's still one of them games where even when it was 0-0, it's don't blink first. It's still quite tight. You know, a second goal would make it
well done, Pella.
Interesting for Fleetwood to try and maybe then change tack. But Burnley, if they equalised again, do you then change tack again? I mean, I think Fleetwood have reacted very well to the negativity of the first 20 minutes with a positive in the last 25 minutes.
I guess there's always going to be spells in games where you are under the caution. That's what Fleetwood were in the first 10-15 minutes.
Of course.
Trying to play out. That's Haughey just fizzing those balls into the midfielder there, Smith, who goes that wide now to Curry. Has got the pace. He's going to try a Robbo.
Great pace.
On that far side. Can he deliver the ball into the box? It's all the way to the back post. Robbo wins the first header. Kendrick on the spin. Doesn't quite get the contact he wants. Falls to Serino on the edge of the box. Picks out McLean now, who's got his back towards goal, but does a superb flick. Ball whipped into the box. Fleetwood don't get there first. Next chance for Burnley to get away, and I think he's bought that free kick as the Burnley man, but superb play again by
again,
McLean.
Fantastic play around the edge of the box from Fleetwood Town, and Crispin McLean there just showing a bit of magic. But again, Fleetwood, we spoke, didn't we, earlier, Kayden, about Pele, how he can influence a game, and he certainly stepped up to influence the game with some lung bursting runs through the middle of the park and some passes that have been fired into Connor, into Pele, breaking the line, and then obviously Pele starting to just dictate a little bit of Fleetwood's play. Yeah,
100%. Like I said earlier, if he can find that spare man past the Burnley front three, then it opens up the play, and Pele's getting some joy from that now.
I think Yatesy, certainly in terms of tactic now, will want to just make sure that we get in with that that lead. I think it'll be important for his team talk, and yeah, he'll want to see these last few minutes. Once you've got that 1-0 lead, you want to try and just protect it to go in at half time, so it doesn't change it. But likewise, it won't change Burnley's team talk of what they probably need to reassert control in maybe the middle of the pitch.
No, I think you can see the Burnley lads getting a bit frustrated as well with how good Fleetwood shape is. You can start seeing them forcing that long ball a bit now. So,
and that's credit to Mark Yates, Nathan Pond in that dugout technical area. Talking of Nathan Pond, I'm going to plug his book actually for £9.99 if you want to get that in the online Fleetwood Town store or in the club shop. Definitely worth a read. What was it like playing with Pondy last season in the games you did do? Because he's an absolute legend in these parts of the world. But what was it like to play with him?
No, yeah, he's another one that's really helped me out from my career, and to play with him as well. You know, couldn't ask for a better person to learn off than, you know, you know, the leader and
the legend that he is.
Legend of the club. So
that's a great ball into the box. No one gambles at the far post. He can't pick it up, the goalkeeper. Burnley cleared the lines. It's a great header by Raff to pick out Roberts on this far side. McLean just maybe looking for that inside run of Roberts, but he doesn't quite get to it. A bit of panic there at the back, Scott, for Burnley.
Yeah, you would, though. He's put 4 crosses in that are right in behind, and you're just not quite sure whether to come for it and not quite sure whether to defend it from behind, are you, Kayden?
No, I think for the keeper, they're coming at a difficult height for him. A striker could nick in front or...
Yeah, they're just absolutely brilliant deliveries, aren't they? That you've got to applaud the delivery. But again, Burnley dealt quite well with it. And obviously eventually cleared the line. So and obviously they won't want to go in 2-0 down now after what's been quite even. You know, if you take away Fleetwood having the better chances, I think it's been quite even. But they'll have to defend this free kick now. Vitally important they defend this.
30 seconds until we see added time. It's done a dangerous ball whipped in. And
Pele Smith, was it?
Yeah,
came in and around that.
Just probably did enough there to put him off Kayden.
Yes,
otherwise it's a free header at goal, isn't it?
No, 100%. If you can just get that tiny little bit on them to put them off, then you've done your job.
Would that go down as the dark arts of the game, Kayden?
The dark arts of the game, Scotty, yeah.
A little nudge.
A little nudge.
Hey.
Pondy was one to teach me a few dark arts of the game.
Really? You surprised me.
He was.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes added time. 2.
Not quite sure. We'll get back to you because we don't know whether the clock is just behind because the fourth official seemed to put his board up a minute and a half before the 45 was up. So we'll make sure that is looked at.
I would just give a mention as well. Here we go.
Chance for Robbo. Scott, we'll come back to you in a second. Yep. Robbo looked to get his full-back, who's matched him in some ways with his speed. He's done well to get in on the inside, but number 2,
good battle.
Carlin does well, and it's going to be a...
Done well, the right back. Good battle.
Yeah,
I was just going to say that I was going to give a mention to Ollie, who obviously we know you know he's a Birmingham lad. And he's doing really well at the minute. But tonight he came so early for that cross that he took, and his confidence and his performance and his kicking has sort of like accelerated from that. And he's been excellent tonight between the sticks.
Yeah, 100%. I think bar one kick or the rest of his kicking and his command of his area has been really good.
Got a chance with the first team to warm up the other day. Great for him, and like I said, head coach Charlie was not afraid to bring in some young guns into the squad to give them that experience and be around the first team squad because it's so different to what you used to at youth level, Kayden.
Yeah, 100%. I think for Ollie as well, like Fonners, who he works with, and all the other the first team keepers and the 23s keepers, he's only just going to learn from that. So I feel like that's good for him and his development.
And I think just on that, Kane, I think that's a club-wide approach. Obviously, when you think back to obviously Andy Pilley and his vision for this football club, and whilst more importantly the academy, this is what he wanted, this is what he's built, this is what his vision was, and it's testament to him that this is obviously being inspired now for the next group of players that come and play in the Youth Cup and the players that now are going through into that first team. So
yeah, 100%.
Good header, Robbo.
Burnley looking to clear the lines. Can't be long on the referee's watch, and that time bang on. 47 minutes gone. It's half-time. Fleetwood lead 1-0 thanks to Conor Horhy's finish from a superb set-piece goal. We'll let you have a 10-15 minute break. We'll come back for the second half where Scott will be back, Kayden will be back, and myself. So grab a brew, grab some food, and we'll see you soon.
And as you can see before, they tried to go down the wide area, so they're going to vary the attacks. Well done by Riley Wilkinson.
Referee might play advantage here for Fleetwood as they come with Kendrick. Goes out wide, ball into the box. It's not really dealt with by the Burnley team, and look to maybe get a strike away, and Crispin just gets the ball. It's a good reverse pass. Robertson, ball into the box.
What a ball that was.
Fleetwood should be taken.
Obviously, will them on a little bit, but they've dealt with things defensively admirably, haven't they, Kayden? They haven't been in any great stress.
Yeah, if he can keep forcing that ball there, if Ollie keeps coming to claim it, being nice and brave off his line, then there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Look at, sorry, go on.
That's a great touch, by the way, Crispin. Yeah, I was just going to say then, if you look across Fleetwood's ball, what a ball.
Chance of Fleetwood here. Dink. Oh, it's just over, hits the stanchion.
Lighted for. But yeah, he's in a good spot, Robbo, in terms of how he's playing. And it's funny, isn't it? There's loose passes now.
It's a great tackle.
Yeah, it is. It's a great, strong challenge by the 4.
Oh, just can't get that foot around. He does win the ball.
He's done well. Great reaction.
A great ping as well.
It's a great ball.
One the gaffer would be proud of in his prime.
And it's a great take by Curry.
Got to maybe pick out the right money.
It's not bad.
Headed by Robbo, it's just too high for the...
Run.
But the art of that, Scott's probably not in the modern game, is it? So it's quite refreshing to see that.
Yeah, it is. It's old-fashioned wing play. And like Kayden says, if he has it, just do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Use all your strengths, and Fleetwood looking to use another strength from the last few rounds is the set pieces. Referees waves play. Goes short. Burnley still in the line, so Fleetwood could have done something different, but it's a great disguise pass. Smith now, ball into the box. It's a great goal. Trying to play out. That's Jorge just fizzing those balls into the midfielder there. Smith, who goes out wide now to Curry. Has got the pace. He's going to try a Robbo.
Great pace.
On that far side. Can he deliver the ball into the box? It's all the way to the back post. Robbo wins the first header. Kendrick on the spin. Doesn't quite get the contact he wants. Falls to Sereno on the edge of the box. Picks out McLean now, who's got his back towards goal, but does a superb flick. Ball whipped. Hello and welcome back to this FTFC Play live stream of the third round FA Youth Cup tie between Fleetwood Town and Burnley. Fleetwood leading 1 goal to the good thanks to a beautiful set piece which was rounded off by Conor Hawhey, scoring a goal back in his return into the side in FA Youth Cup action. As you can see, both teams have just entered the field of play for the second half. Scott, I'll come from you from a different point of view from Kayden. What will have Mark Yates has said to his players at half-time after that?
I think he'll have said well done. Great reaction from your start. You've now settled into the game. You've got a goal, which is fantastic set-piece routine, so well done for executing it from the training pitch. And I think he'll have said, listen, remember what the game plan is, and let's get into the ascendancy at the start of the second half, and don't start the second like you started the first.
Kayden, you echo that. Does it Fleetwood need to make that strong start in the second half?
Yeah, 100%. I think Burnley will look to come out strong again. But yeah, it's just important that we keep that shape like we did in the first half.
Yeah, it will be key. We're back underway in this cup tie. One down the back of Curry's heels there. Looked a little bit of a nasty one.
This is the lad, the number 11 for Burnley, that I think will be a danger player. He showed a little bit of intent at the start, didn't he, when Harvey Curry blocked him out, and I think there'll be more to come from him.
Yeah, you can see if he could get on his right foot, then he could be quite a threat for Burnley. That was a bit of a curse there again.
Yeah, keep doing that, Kate.
Yeah, keep saying these things.
But no, listen, I think as well that Raf will certainly need Harvey Curry's help and support tonight from a defensive point of view, as well as obviously Harvey's threat going forward. But the 11 looks really dangerous when he gets the ball. He looks quick, he looks sharp, he looks exciting, and Fleet will have to manage that.
1 minute into the second half, Serino with the throw-in just inside his own.
Great leap, Pele.
Pele wins the header in there, and Raf's going to win that second one, trying to get Fleetwood going, but it's a misplaced pass by McLean now, and it's a chance for Puani to get going at his man, but it can't quite get past him, and one for Lane to chase down this near side. Number 5, Machiavelli, and back to Puani here. Strike at goal, and it's blocked by Serino. Fleetwood again just have to weather that early storm from the team in all black.
I think just there, the couple of little defensive blocks that Raf Serino's done are great. But again, Fleetwood have just got to be mindful that when they've got to defend properly. And by that I mean is, you know, don't always try and just think that when you win the ball you can just tip-tap out. You've got to almost go, listen, what's the situation? Let's almost defend properly.
Yeah, I feel like in the early minutes of the second half as well, we need to just get the ball up the pitch, however that looks.
I'm sure game management will come into it at some point. Fleetwood did that in the first, the last 10 minutes, should I say, of the first half. Burnley trying to play out. Great ball on the deck by Chester, the goalkeeper in all yellow this evening. Into McCoy now, midfield, looking to drive his side forward. Puani now, wearing the number 11 shirt, looking to drive at Curry, but does.
Right on cue, Harvey Curry, good work rate. I quite like the 8 for Burnley. I think he sees a good pass.
Looks like I thought it was a foul throw, but referees maybe missed 1 or 2 fouls and throws like that. You don't mind if they're consistent. Carlin now the ball into his striker. Wetsu can't quite hold the ball, and Burnley looking to just dictate and play in Fleetwood's half in the early stages. Out wide, going to get at Curry, but can't align him on that favoured right foot. He's forced him back all the way, and he does superbly well there, does the wing back. Burnley knock the ball across the pitch to Adekoya, and he drives forward just like Thompson did before. Pulls the trigger. It's a superb tackle, one that Ollie's got to be careful of there. He looked too calm then, Kayden. I thought he was going to drop in the back of the net.
Yeah, just spun weirdly, didn't it then? But he's seen it out.
Shades of Andreas Bremer, Peter Shilton, Italia 90. Is that right?
One where it loops, yeah.
Yeah, loops over.
I wasn't born then, but I remember the memory. Right. And Kayden's even younger, so.
Yeah, unless you football knowledge what's going on.
Encyclopedia.
Ball whipped to the far post. Burnley win the first one, and Blitzy is there to jump high and play the ball. And Burnley looking to just dictate and play in Fleetwood's half
obviously
in the early stages.
Very good.
Out wide.
Yeah.
Look at getting Curry, but couldn't lime on that favoured right
mate.
foot. He's forced him back all the way in the last. Does superbly well there. Does the wing back doing very well. Burnley. Not the ball. Watching the football on the telly when we do on Sunday afternoon. And he drives forward, just like Thompson did before. Balls the trigger. It's a superb tackle. One that Ollie's got to be.
Oh, Harv, come on, Harvey.
Fleetwood just can't afford to let Burnley get too much of a foothold in this game, even though Fleetwood do find themselves a goal to the good.
It feels a bit similar to how the game started, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I think we're trying to play again in the early stages, and I feel like we just need to let the game stretch itself out before we gain that control again.
Yeah.
Good tackle by Sereno.
He's made a positive start to this half, which builds on how he did in the first half, but some good interceptions and obviously switched on there to the trick.
Bourne actually gets a ricochets away, but Wilkin does well. There's one foul in there. Referee blows his whistle.
Yeah, take your pick. I think there was 2 in there, but great that Riley's really good at that, isn't he, Kayden, where he just waits for that ball to drop and then he goes in and pinches, jumps on it.
Yeah, he's got a very quick little burst of pace when he gets going.
Yes.
Is there a bit of skill? I'll probably ask both of you this, that when you can, probably like Jack Wilshere used to do, is he probably drew the defender onto him at the last minute, then gets a touch, but obviously resulting in that. His career was injury dealt with, wasn't it?
I think it definitely is a kill. It's a little bit of that. He's done well there.
Game intelligence.
Oh, just doesn't quite get the push. Sorry,
it's a little bit of anticipation, isn't it, Kayden? Knowing the run of the ball and anticipation of it. And yeah, I think it is a skill.
Colin Edge is watching on YouTube. He says, "Come on, Fleetwood, Mikey, get on that score sheet." Also, Peter Lane. I don't know the relation if you guys do. He says, "Come on, Mikey."
Peter Lane and Mikey might well be related.
Well, no related, but I didn't know if family
that's
relations.
His dad, yeah.
So welcome to the stream, Peter. Hope you're still watching with the family. Burnley possession inside their own penalty area. Back to Chester, the goalkeeper. We've had just come up to 7 minutes of this second half. There's a bit of confusion there, and Fleetwood don't capitalise on it, but do get the free kick. I'll have to maybe watch that on the replay if it does come on the stream, but Fleetwood a free kick about 10 yards inside their own half. Probably just need to take the sting out of the game, Scott, don't they, at the moment?
Maybe so, maybe so. Again, for as much as Burnley have started a little bit better than us, again, hasn't been a kind of massive threat. Obviously, comfortable save but for Beliza. But yeah, I think what Kayden said before and you, Sam, about just that little bit of game management.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're 7 minutes into the second half. It's the first time we've got the ball to Robbo. It's a great little Cruyff turn there by, is it Crispin again?
Yeah. Ball into the box. Lane gets his body in the way. It's positive. Smith can't quite get his shot on target how he would have wanted to, but Jorge wins the first header. Now it's up to Fleetwood to deal with at the back, and they do just that. It's a great first time pass out to this far side. It's a superb touch there by Curry, but can't quite get on the end. But full credit to the defender there for coming across and closing that danger. And
again, obviously, as the game sort of develops now into the 50, 60 minute mark, I'm looking and thinking to myself, Kayden, Conor Hoy's been faultless so far, hasn't he? I mean, he's passed there out wide, his positioning, his organisation, he's been superb tonight.
Yeah, obviously that pass just showed the quality that he has there.
Strike by Ollie.
Five's matching Lane for everything here. He's going to fight for everything.
He makes the defender do something. And that's all you can ask for with a ball that's not hopeful by Ollie, but he goes and asks a question, doesn't he? And Mikey goes and asks further questions.
Yeah, definitely with Mikey. He can just get his head, because he's like so small, he can just get his head in there and he'll just somehow find a way around you.
I would never like to come against an attacker like Mikey. Reminds me like a young Paul Dickoff, just always chomping at your feet. And
I thought you were going to say a nuisance then, yeah.
Well, that as well. Both
but
Paul
he's not bad.
Mikey
He's quite a fair shout.
Just to remind, every time I watch him, he just reminds me of that play. But Fleetwood, again, enjoying quick feet by McLean there in the central parts of the field.
Oh, I love that.
It's a cross-field switch, which Carlin has to deal with Robbo. Wasn't the worst touch, but again, good positioning by the right-back Carlin to find his teammate. Burnley now pick it up midfield with McMahon, Brown, Frankie. The ball back to Adekoya. Goes long and one for Fleetwood to try and deal with, but doesn't deal with the first one. And chance for Johnson now to drive forward. It's a lovely ball into the front. Serena with a superb sliding interception there to kind of clear the danger away. And one chance for Fleetwood. Number 5's got hands all over Fleetwood's
foul.
Kendrick there. And I'm surprised the referee hasn't blown for anything.
Sam Kendrick's done magnificent there. Ball
inside to Lane. Little 1-2, give and go. Again, it's a good tackle by the centre half. Here again, if you have got at him on the with pace, hasn't really dealt with much from Fleetwood. That's a loose touch by Smith in midfield. Just played 10 minutes of this second half. Fleetwood still leading by 1-0. Will their name be in round 4 come the final whistle this evening? We'll have to wait and see, and you have to join us on that journey with us this evening if you're watching on YouTube, X, Facebook, or even Instagram and the website. So many platforms we're streaming to tonight.
Great that it's available for people to watch. I know obviously you know, a lot of my contacts have asked about the stream and how can they watch it. I mean, one of my dear friends involved in football is Manny from the West Midlands. He runs an academy called First Touch, and he's asked me today, how can I watch it? I want to watch your lads play, and he's had a great success with lads coming out of his academy into football clubs. So keep up the good work, Manny.
Thompson with just a header away from the penalty area there. Burnley just putting on the pressure. They'll be hoping to get a goal in the next 5-10 minutes to turn this tie probably back in their favour with momentum. A massive thing in football, but Fleetwood probably, as we alluded to before, doing what they did in the first half. Not sure there was much of a foul in there. I thought Mikey was being a bit of a, that word, nuisance with the number 5. A chance for the Clarets to put this ball into the box. Ball whipped in, one that Ollie's got to come to, gets the first initial touch. Fleetwood see it out, probably a bit of panic then by Blitzy coming out.
I always worry when you've got to come across a lot of bodies, but listen, he did what he needed to do, and I think he just got enough on it, Kayden, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he did come a very long way, but the main thing, it's not in the back of the net, so he's done something right. Yeah,
I agree. And they reacted to the second ball well, so but yeah, we're just getting to that kind of 60-minute mark, aren't we now? The hour where you're just like, what's next?
Yeah. I was going to ask him that. Who makes the first changes? Does it have to be Burnley that have to make the first substitutes, or could it be Fleetwood? And I'm just going to freshen things up here in the squad.
Not necessarily. I think Burnley may look at it from an obvious point of view and think, can we get any more attacking intent into the game? Fleetwood may look at what could we do to maybe freshen it up to get more legs in. But listen, Harvey Courier and Liam Roberts, great legs.
Just gets away from the
you
young
just
man.
Want him to deliver it. That's the exact situation where Robbo would deliver that. Harvey's got to realise that the kind of the space for him to deliver was there.
Glocky Max, a letter comment on YouTube saying, good to see the academy paying off at Pilfoot Farm. Some very decent young players coming through the ranks. Nothing to fear tonight or in the next round if Fleetwood can get through. As we alluded to before, if you watch the stream back later, we spoke to Kayden about the development of the academy from when he joined as an 11-year-old boy. I bet that seems such a while ago.
It makes me feel old.
I would say I'm old, just turning 30.
Me feel.
Yeah.
Who's been your key influences at Fleetwood, would you say, Kayden?
Pondy, yeah.
Yeah.
Laws are definitely Pondy, yeah.
I guess with
what's the common denominator there? So not mentioned one of them. A bit fuming, but no, you're right. They are two. Oh, Riley, just relax, my mate.
Matt Lowell news that came out today. He'll be stepping into the first team coaching role alongside Ross Wallace and obviously head coach Charlie Adam. with Maurice Ross leaving the club to be with his family back up north of the border. So congratulations to Laws, but a chance for Burnley now. It's a great ball into the striker, but superb defending there by Conor Hall. He just getting
I think it's important as well when you talk about, obviously, football club such as that vision, to have people who can step in when we make changes for whatever reason. Danger again.
Superb defender, just finding those pockets of space in that attack.
Actually watching tonight, he
probably
texted me before.
Ball into the box, one that Ollie, you can hear him calling for it.
I said to him, it'll be on BBC Northern Ireland, don't you worry.
He's got that move finally, because it must have been hard in the summer. So keep him watching from us, Connor, and all the best in the future, mate.
Yeah. Troy Savage getting ready now to come on, a boy that we know very well at this football club.
Yeah,
from Northern Ireland, and they'll want him to get on the ball and start to dictate play. Very talented boy, Northern Ireland international. Someone that we were very keen to join us at Fleetwood Town. And he'll come on, and I know exactly what he will bring. And likewise, Fleetwood now are going to make a change.
Yeah, looks like, yeah. Troy Savage, there's a few issues with the board, but coming off will be their number 9, Benji Wetchy, being replaced by 17, Troy Savage.
So maybe a slight change in formation. I know Troy's a midfielder, but what's going to be interesting here is Lucas Taylor will come on for Sam Kendrick. Lucas Taylor certainly knows where the goal is. He's also made his mark in the Youth Cup this season from the bench, but he'll be frustrated tonight that he's not started, but now's his chance to come and impact the game, which is the beauty of football. You know, you never know when you're going to get that opportunity.
Isn't it? You've come in games for the first team and development squad under 18s. Everyone's got a role to play, whether they're on the bench or you're starting.
Yeah, that's it. And if you're on the bench, you can't hold grudges. Like, you just got to come on and prove to whoever the coach is at the time.
The top, which he'll chase, and gives away his first foul of the evening. And it'll be a free kick to Burnley deep inside their half. 62 minutes on the clock. Peter Wood's watching it, saying, "Doing well, lads." Great commentary. Great to hear from Pete. Ooh, both feet up there, but the left back rides away with that one, and he's rode the challenge there. And the referee's decided now to play advantage after not calling anything before.
They would have wanted him to.
Chance for McMahon Brown to try and get a shot away, but comes out wide to Johnson. He's showed him on his right foot, and Wilkinson gets there first, but doesn't quite get the first shot. Maybe that wasn't the intended target.
No, it wasn't for sure. And I thought, in my eyes, Mikey. Oh, he's got a great touch, by the way, Mikey.
Through on goal. It's a superb
great defending.
last-minute challenge
Fantastic
by that
defending.
man, Troy Savage. Game just seems to be opening up now, and it's got that feel of a proper cup tie, and Raf's got to deal with his man. He can do. I think Raf did as well there. Worse he can give away.
I think Ollie started, and I think he's got to come. He's got to be on the front foot there. But Mikey Lane, when we talked earlier in the first half about what he brings, that's exactly what he brings. Yeah. He's no right to win that, and obviously
Wilkinson gets there first, but doesn't quite get the first shot. Maybe that wasn't the intended target.
No, it wasn't for sure. And I thought fantastic recovery run. In my eyes, Mikey.
20.
Oh, he's got a great touch, by the way, Mikey.
Through on goal. In this game.
Great defending.
Last-minute challenge
fantastic
by
defending.
that man. And if it is level at full time. It will go to extra time.
I think as much as Harvey may be frustrated with his entries into the final third, I think the coaching staff will be delighted with his defensive duties.
Can't quite get it, and Carlin brings the ball forward for the Clarets, out wide to Johnson now. Loves that little disguise one like McLean does. Can't beat him on the first time, and Jorge with a
terrific
tackle.
A great tackle.
Good play all round.
I wasn't sure if it went out just before the tackle was. Burnley coaching staff just giving some instructions to their team at set piece. Fleetwood scored from one. Can Burnley do the same? The ball whipped in. Ollie comes and punches to the 18-yard box. Chance for Burnley's number 10 to strike at goal. It doesn't quite fall it, and the defender there was just an offside position when the initial shot came in. Resulted in the linesman's flag. Going up, but chance for Fleetwood to have that little bit of breather now, Kayden. And if you're Pele or one of the kind of senior members of this under-18s, what are you saying to your teammates now? Is it about just regrouping?
The few chances now, but definitely feel like if I would go on to them a bit more and see what comes of it.
Mikey.
He wins his fair share of headers, Scott, doesn't he?
By hook or by crook, he gets something on them.
Well done, Rafa.
Well done again, Rafa. I was going to ask you, obviously, Kayden, you probably expect what's your aims for the future now? What's kind of where you're going to go? What do you try and get to next?
For me now, I just want to be playing regularly first team football. So definitely, well, this year or next year, playing regularly in any first team football. That would definitely be my goal. Yeah.
What about, obviously, you scored two in one game, so is it a hat-trick next?
Yeah, I'll be going for the hat-trick next.
What was that night like at Walsall? It's kind of, well, in some ways, and that's how I beat around the bush with this one, it's probably not gone to plan after that game, but what was that night like for you?
No, obviously, I'd be lying if I didn't say it was a really good night for me. My mum was there watching, she seen me score two.
Argue, that one.
He's over there now. I think he'll try and argue.
He did the hard work then, didn't he? He just had to get the ball moving away from the goalkeeper. But yeah, I guess when you're coming through the ranks of the academy, those are the moments that you want. It's obviously making your debut and being as a young lad, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, yeah, definitely. I think if you watch back the game. No, definitely.
It looks like there's a bit of activity beneath us on the benches. Just seen Jack Doherty take his top off, and I think Burnley have got a couple warming up too. So maybe some more change.
Midfield, is it just energy and it's quality?
The first thing. Squads above his years, so, and he'll be dying to get on the pitch as well, Jack. Desire, and like I said, he'll bring quality too.
For Noah Adekoya at the moment, but they'll be looking to get back in this. Trying to get a left foot strike at goal, doesn't quite come off, and
Harvey Curry again. Focus on, but you know, 68 minutes in, he's been super. But you're happy with him, Kayden, aren't you? You're
yeah,
playing
no, 100%.
As a wing back.
And team, and he's going to have to do that job to be playing, isn't he? So,
yeah.
But no, I feel like he's doing really well.
Wilkinson departing, who's certainly put a shift in. And Jack's another lad that, with the greatest respect, he will have been disappointed he didn't start. And that's hard, isn't it, Kayden? I know Lucas Taylor will probably think he should have started, but you get your chance now. You've got to channel that, haven't you, into the game and use it to your advantage.
Yeah, 100. If you do get on, and if you're lucky enough to get on, then you just got to showcase your ability when you are on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big slog for these lads. Just over 20 minutes to play. Everyone's going to play their part in the effort. There's no foul. Yeah. Actually, not on the stream, a few seconds behind.
It seemed it.
Got to get up and deal with those as players. As frustrating as it can be. Jordison, the captain, looking to drive his side forward. And it'll be a goal kick to goal. Teams have come here on a worse condition than this. Teams like Crystal Palace, Bristol City, Watford, and really struggle. But that's down to Fleetwood and what they've done on the night, isn't it? It's just always a special occasion at Highbury.
Yeah, and listen, Kayden will know, as well as me, if not better, from playing in it. They apply themselves right. They really take on board what the plan is. And they do stick to that game plan. But that's football, isn't it? So variable. And the other team are obviously going to try and nick. I think that's what is key to Fleetwood's success in the Youth Cup, is they apply themselves correctly.
Yeah, I think your coaches as well, it's a bigger night, so they do put that little bit more in like everyone else does. But no. I think they've quite enjoyed having the underdog tag. They've thought, do you know what, we're no underdogs, and I think they've enjoyed being it, but with a point to prove. Yeah.
Pass to the goalkeeper. Fleetwood just need to get that foothold in the game again. They just lost that bit of.
Put Liam Roberts in the game. He's barely touched the ball the second half. Yeah, good decision, Liner. He's got that one right, the Liner. But yeah, I think Yates, he'll be frustrated that we've not got Liam more involved. I mean, the success he had in the first half as well.
Is that credit to Burnley, though, the flip side of things?
Then again, I don't think the game's quite settled just again yet, so.
Looks like Burnley might make their second change. Fleetwood made 2 already, Burnley made 1. It will be Adam Abbas, their number 9. The fourth official to make those changes. It's going to be Frankie McMahon-Brown, who in Abbas. Whilst we've got an update, it was 44 minutes gone in the Burnley's first team game this evening. They're playing at Turf Moor against Derby County, so any Burnley fan watching this instead of the first team. Themselves closer to those top 2 places, currently sit 3rd in the Championship table. Swansea beating Plymouth away as well, and Luton Stoke 1-1.
Interesting. There's been some. I just feel there's been a few more. No, Grimsby beat West Ham. Preston beat Liverpool handsomely on Friday night. A game at which
you went to that
attended.
one, didn't you? Yeah.
Fylde won last night at Leyton Orient, which is, listen, to be fair, that's a great result for them.
Yeah, they always.
Kayden.
They did well then.
Did great, lad, Danny. Fantastic,
yeah, no,
lad.
100%.
I'm so pleased that he's doing well. I know he's been out at Chorley and scored some goals. Yeah. And I remember him as such a young boy at Blackpool Football Club. Certainly remembering the 9s and 10s.
Yeah, he scored.
He's like a machine then.
Yeah, he was.
Substitute. They had options then to switch the play And all the way back to Blitz.
Yeah, Lucas will be frustrated there because the simple pass was to Robbo.
He hasn't quite settled in the game, has he, Taylor? Is
no.
Probably trying to substitute you. Hungary want to prove why he should be out there.
He's that type of player as well, Lucas, that he wants to do well so badly. It sometimes overspills. It's a great little drop from Crispin. Well
That's
done.
Better hold
well done, Lucas.
Yeah.
A strike at goal. It's probably not got the direction he wanted to, and Burnley have a chance. It's man tight.
Good defending, Rafa.
It's clever there, isn't he? He's got that right hand wrapped around him where the referee can't see it.
And as someone who would be behind that.
Look how calm he is on the. I say calm. The commentator's curse. Ollie does well.
Just going to. Does that where he gets tight, pushes him, gets him back 10 yards, and then recovers.
Force him away from the goal. So
this is the point where, for me, now with 15 minutes to go, Sam, where this is more important in who makes the first move, because now they've made subs, they've changed things, trusting the process of what you're trying to do.
Well, from my point of view, being on the doing because it's working so far, limited Burnley to.
Oh, well done, Mikey.
1 or 2 chances. Should be 16 to Jack Doherty.
I would have liked. But yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, 100%.
The time of the game will dictate that.
Yeah, we've got what, 40 football. I think we just need to do the basics right. I know it's easier said. No, he's got his back to us in the this view. Especially the standards set by other coaches in this competition.
Yeah.
Chance for Fleetwood. It's just good. It's great to see some of the first. Having a graduate this one, yeah. Leaving nicely into that.
Brilliant. Hey, we're surrounded by everyone tonight, aren't we? We've got the, well, he's on the wheels of steel most weekends, but super Rod Allsworth, a Northern Soul legend. But yeah, the first team players are here. First team staff are here. Okay. Makes something of it though, doesn't he? Makes someone do something.
Forces the.
Two which Fleetwood are lined up across the age groups in this season. Since head coach Charlie Adam just adapted the style of play. Jack Ross just got to be clever here, maybe by himself. I just thought it was 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other there with arms around each other.
Fair play. Here we go, little change. I don't think he's necessarily influenced the game massively tonight, the 8 for Burnley, but I quite like him as a player. I've watched him a few times and he's certainly put a shift in, but I just think he would, you know, he could have influenced a little bit more, but I think he's a good player, the 8.
No, yeah, you could definitely see what he was trying to do tonight.
Yeah.
Football fanatic saying, come on Burnley, and he's happy that field roll there. And
that's a proper fan, that, if he's watching this and Burnley are playing tonight, isn't it?
Half now with 12 minutes to go, plus added on time in this third round FA minds as when you're on the pitch, or do you just kind of just play the game and not the...
No, yeah, 100%, especially as a defender as well, and with the other team having a lot of the ball, you're always looking at the time, seeing how long's left.
Pond, our PDP coach, has launched a book.
Yeah.
So I certainly think he could invest in that. That'll be a magical story about his journey at Fleetwood Town through the non-leagues. And
Not at all, no, I wouldn't.
Skip through his non-league, but...
Well, even the non-league, don't mind it.
Perfect for those, what do you call Secret Santas, £10 as well.
Got to win it, Jack.
That'll be in your budget. Like I said, you can buy them online on the Fleetwood Town store. At Highbury Stadium and Poolmont Farm, and pick up your own copy. Definitely worth a read there. Talking
He'll sign it as
inside.
well. He'll personally sign it for you.
I bought one myself. Not quite read it yet, but
bought it.
I bought it.
Good.
All those royalties he'll be picking up. He'll be laughing this Christmas, hopefully. Time for Fleetwood to get on the ball now with McLean out to Roberts on that far side. He not really got the best. It's ricocheted back off the left-sided play.
He had so much joy first half, didn't he?
You can sort of see the right back edging towards his left foot a bit more, just to stop that early cross.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is Robbo should try switch up his game a bit now. Try coming on the inside, see if
be found out your strength. It's key to be adaptable, isn't it? And being able to change your style of play ever so slightly just to get the better of him again.
Yeah, that's it. If you've got more than one style of player playing, then you're always going to get joy over whoever you're coming up.
It's under 10 minutes to go. That clock, as we said, probably going a little bit slow if you're
Getting to injury time, doesn't it, Kayden? Even if you watch him playing, it just feels like forever. But
to
touch,
go. Pelly gets away from his
Lovely
man. He finds
Pelly.
Lane. He's onside. He said the far man. Fleetwood!
Oh, he's missed! Oh!
How's that? Replay there, Taylor. All he has to do is get, well, I say a touch on it. He does. We might.
Getting to injury time, doesn't it, Kayden? Even if you watch him playing,
doesn't he? And
just
moments
like
in games,
forever,
Scott. To
touch,
go.
Pelly.
Pelly gets away from his
Lovely
man. He finds
Pelly.
Lane. He's
no,
onside.
Within the context of
Fleetwood!
Oh, he's missed!
Well,
he has to score.
Has
to score.
Yeah. Curry's head or shoulder.
I think they've been quite calm and composed, the officials. Fuss.
No, it's always good to see a game, well, any level flow, but more so.
And Burnley will probably have a little bit of a sense of urgency now.
In that situation where you're a goal behind, a big chance goes missing for the
make sure aware of next time.
Strike at goal just over the crossbar. Probably first meaningful shot that the visitors have had tonight. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I was just going to ask Kayden a question as a defender. And Burnley will probably have a little bit of a sense of urgency now.
Even when I was playing as well.
In that situation where you're
work really hard in
goal behind, a big chance goes missing for the.
It's like one of them. Defenders are aware of next time.
Strike at goal just over the crossbar.
Again, who seems to be clutching his knee, I think it looks like.
It's never good when you see a player, especially of Mikey's. Yeah.
Yeah, it must definitely hurt him if he's down a bit like that.
Will come break for Yatesy this to go. Do you know what? Get some last bits of info. It's probably 10 to go with injury time.
Yeah.
Get some final instruction. You're getting close to the line, but likewise, it will give Burnley the chance to do it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you should definitely be getting Robbo and Harvey Curry a bit that tighter and a bit more narrower just to see out the last 10 or so minutes.
And they'll be the ones that can then carry the ball higher for us. Again, there looks like activity on the bench.
Number 16, but I can't. That was Jack Doherty's
Harry
number at the start, so I think it's.
Well, it will be Harry Elm.
Nuisance in midfield.
I think he'd prefer to win a tackle than score a goal.
He scores.
But someone good to come off. Sorry, someone to come off the bench into that midfield now, where maybe tiring those maybe Pelly and Crispin, just to try and get a foothold in there, because these next, well, let's say 10 minutes are going to be key for Fleetwood are going to progress into the next round.
I get what you're saying, but it almost now becomes knockout football literally for the last 10, doesn't it? And I think as much as you want to try and get a foothold in the game, it becomes a lot more stretched, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And then you've just got to go, look, how can we manage the moments bit by bit? That's what I think they've got to do. They've got to manage the moments. So when they win a throw-in, when they win a corner, when they lose possession, when they win possession, manage the moment.
Yeah, it's about winning the game at the end of the day, isn't it? It's not about just playing for the sake of it.
How do you think that changes Fleetwood's personnel? It looks like McLean's going to go in that top, but we'll come back soon as Abbas looks to go forward, and he's going for a Burnley corner. Sorry.
If you're looking at players, Raf Sereno's
he's been
magnificent.
He's been really good tonight. Really good.
They'll see this as a big chance.
Ball whipped to the back post, headed across goal. It's a little touch,
offside.
And the linesman flag is up on the far side.
And he looked at it as well. You know when you just look to see, and he did look offside. So
good defensive line by Fleetwood there, pushing out on that first initial header.
But again, a reminder, threat.
Go forward.
Burnley, they'll be disappointed but encouraged that they did create a chance. They'll see this as a big chance.
Interesting to watch this on the highlights if you watch on the stream. If we can, to the back post, headed across goal. It's a little touch, offside. And the linesman flag is up on the stood in front of the goalkeeper. If you watch that back, it's very tight, but it's a good job. We've got a good cameraman in front of us, isn't it? Burnley really pushing to get that equaliser, which would, if they do score, take it to extra time. An extra 30 minutes. Fleetwood just got to dig deep in here now as they win another corner. 3 minutes to go. Fleetwood still leading 1-0 thanks to Conor Horhy's first half goal. Burnley will be smelling that equaliser,
especially after obviously the last corner.
Fleetwood got to be ready. They've made changes, got to be organised. Fives headed back across goal. It eludes two of them. Superb chance, and it's nice quick feet. Pulled back, and it's side netting. Looks like Fleetwood might have got a touch on there.
Great feet by the 7 there.
A bit of panic by Nathan Pond.
To the back post.
If they do score, take it to extra time. 30 minutes.
Got to be wary of that.
Fleetwood just got to dig deep in here now. Similar chance corner will be smelling players. Ball whipped into that near post area.
Especially after the last.
It's a strike at goal from number 11, Brandon, got to be organised. Fives headed back, cross goal. Keep his effort down, Scott.
Yeah, I think obviously someone that with his ability, and I certainly think the Burnley staff would have expected him to get that on target. He's just obviously, unfortunately for them, cleared the crossbar. But again, another chance for them. They are starting to create a little bit more, and they'll be looking to try and take one of these chances before the final whistle, obviously.
I know we've not made too many changes in the back five, but does it cause a bit of confusion on set pieces, Kayden, when you have made those that who's actually picking up that player?
It does, yeah, and I feel like that's when your main characters of the team need to start taking charge. So big Connor on the 6-yard box there. He's not marking anyone. He's in the zonal area, so he needs to be telling players to be picking up.
What will be interesting is how much injury time there is, because I'm not sure there's been that many stoppages. There will be some. Rafa again, fantastic.
I'm going for. It's just offside there, Taylor. I think if he goes
to get
for
back
it.
Onside.
Now he's live. He can go for that ball. Burnley calm and collective. Chester with a pass back to his centre half, and it's the captain, Jordison, now, who goes back across to Adekoyo. Number 4, just going wide to his teammate Carlin, who's got options behind, to the side, and in front of him. And he goes back to keep possession for the Clarets. It's a long, hopeless ball down the line. Maybe hopeless was the wrong word to use there, but it's gone through. Hopeful, yeah.
He's been good positionally tonight, hasn't he, Ollie?
Yeah, doing very well in his area.
There's one where I thought he should have come, but he's been on the front foot for sure. And his tutor...
We need to stop saying things because we're just cursing everyone.
Aren't we?
His tutor, Mr. Von Williams, will be watching on. He's sporting a pair of glasses, Kayden. Von Williams, he's sporting a pair of glasses.
I noticed that before. There'll be 5 minutes.
Very philosophically
added on time. The fourth official's gone early again on the added on time, but we'll...
Next to John Riley.
Oh, he's right there.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5.
Sorry if you had a ring in there. My alarm was going off just to make sure we were right on the time.
5 minutes to go.
I'm not sure where the 5 minutes has come from. I feel like that's a bit too much.
Yeah.
But,
I think when you take into the subs, what both teams have had 3, so if you're looking at 30 seconds, and then Mikey was down for a little bit. I think there was one more injury, so 4 or 5 is probably about right. But Fleetwood just have to hold on now, stay compact at the back. Don't let Burnley put those crosses in. They can deal with those all day if it comes their way.
By the way,
breaks forward now. Doesn't quite get the forward. It falls to Crispin, who's nice swivel. Fleetwood would happily take the free kick there. But they've
great little touch, by the way, Taylor.
Just keep taking it.
Curry now. Maybe wait for that to slow the defender down. It's a great tackle. It's a throw into Fleetwood.
He's impressed me, the 5. I think he's been good tonight for Burnley.
He's been decent coming out of that slot, especially defending against Harvey. But Harvey, I think he did the right thing there, just slowing the game down a bit in the corner.
I think maybe Pelly could have released that. Just give someone a little bit of a run.
Matt Lawler just giving, I think it's, Matt Lawler's giving his Connor just some instructions here with 3:45 left in added on time.
Corner,
this is what Fleetwood wants, Scott, isn't it? To be down the end, because if it is down there, Burnley can't score.
Burnley will probably think they've underperformed, and I can understand that. But what I will say is, to a man, Fleetwood Town's under-18s have absolutely worked their socks off across the park. I mean, you look at Crispin, he's run his socks off. Yeah. The subs, when they've come on, I think Mark Yates has made the subs at the right time, to be fair to him. Harvey Curry ran his socks off. Again, they win the throw. Not sure that was ours, but we will take it. Rafa Serino's been superb. Pelly Smith, usual, just superbly. And Robert's first half was a dream to watch.
Got to win something there, Fleetwood. If they're looking at it, if you can go back, you've got options. Trusting your teammates is key in these moments.
Oh, Pelly.
Ollie Carr
dealt with it. The switch was on as well to Robbo there.
You take that if you're Ollie, though. You take
he just got a little bit hurried into that Pele.
2.5 minutes left in this game. Will the Clarets take this to extra time? It's a long ball.
Great header, Connor.
Dealt at the back. Chance for Elmore to drive forward. Let's see one of his tackles, which we were alluding to before.
There you go, right on cue.
First time, not cursed it.
I think Harry Elmore might have been born in a tackle, do you?
Definitely.
He gives it every day, doesn't he, Harry Elmore?
Yeah, he's always giving 100% training.
Every single day he gives it that boy.
Whenever he gets a chance, he's always giving his all.
And you need these players in the squad. If you're not playing right on in the 11 week in week out, you need those in the squad, Kayden, don't you, to push standards in training and keep players on the toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And when you see the players around him, like the technical ability of Pelly and Crispin, it helps when you've got that runner and the ratter of Harry Olmos.
I agree. Should we let Kayden pick the man of the match?
Yeah, well, it's fair, I completely forgot, but yeah, we will let our special guest this evening choose a man of the match.
That is... I was hoping I didn't have to pick, to be honest.
That's what Fleetwood will want. Straight out of play with just over a minute to go.
I am going to go with... I'm going to have to go with Raf. He's been really strong.
It's a very tough decision, isn't it?
It's
Because Connor Hoy has been faultless.
Connor, got Crispin, Pele.
Leo Thompson's done his job.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's very tough, but you can't really argue with Raf.
Another one for Fleetwood. This is just winding down the clock as we...
This. I love it.
Again, I know we're only saying with, 50 seconds left, but game management, not stupid throw-ins, just do the basics right. So congratulations to Raf. You are the FTFC Play Man of the Match this evening, chosen by your best friend, Kayden Hughes. Yeah. No.
I'm going to get a bit of stick in the changes tomorrow.
It's
a great shout.
I thought he's been very good.
You can't argue.
I'm sure
ticking down now. Ticking down.
Just 30 seconds left, and that is just a minute. You can hear in the away end, the home end to our right, and the Parkside Lounge that Fleetwood are moments away from reaching the 4th round of the FA Youth Cup after taking down a championship side, Burnley.
Can't be far off.
No, we're looking at that clock. 10 seconds, literally. Fleetwood don't need to do anything stupid. Stay compact. You don't need to rush anything. There's all hands in there. They'll take a free kick all day long in those situations. A round of applause from the directors in the director's box and Scott right next to me.
Yeah, that's a very good play from Lucas.
Yeah, he's recovered well from the missed chance. I have to accept he'll be devastated about it, but listen, he's come on and he's worked hard.
That's a great ball.
That's a great ball by Pelly. Come out.
Doesn't need to do anything stupid. I'll lean back here so he can see if he can win something for the Reds.
Harvey Curry's done very well tonight. He's had to do the other side of the game.
Good tackle.
Fantastic, Crispin.
Ball across the box. That is it. Fleetwood are in round 4 of the FA Youth Cup thanks to Connor Hoy's first half strike. Scott, we've seen some moments and nights here at Highbury. Where does that stand in there?
I think he's got to be right up there. I called it before the start of the night. One of our toughest tests. And I think that it's up there right alongside the Middlesbrough performances, the Palace, the Watford. The list goes on, even though we lost to Liverpool, the performance. But I think he's right up there. And they've dug it out as well. You know, it wasn't free-flowing all the 90 minutes. There was different areas, but my word, did they work for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Go on, sorry, carry on.
Definitely had to dig in there, especially with Burnley having a lot of the ball, but they did very well tonight out of possession.
Was that the key area for you? Before I let you go and see all your teammates and stuff, was that one area that impressed for you, Fleetwood, in terms of off the ball and out possession?
Yeah, 100%. And you know when you're playing against these bigger clubs that they are probably going to be a little bit better than you on the ball, so it's the off the ball, the second balls and all that stuff that you've got to make sure you're doing better than them. And
finally for me, you've been a player in these moments when that final whistle's gone, you're in the hat for the next round. What would those players be feeling like right now?
You'd be absolutely buzzing, and you definitely should get the changing room bouncing after when they're all in after they've seen their families as well. It's important they all go see their families.
Yeah, that's another key. There's so much sacrifice that, like say, your parent family have done, and also the ones out on the pitch. Got to share these moments because they're, like you said, they don't come very often.
No, they don't, and you only get 2 shots at the FA Youth Cup. So, like I said, you got to make the best of it. Yeah, and Scott, a word on Burnley, they more than played their part, maybe underperformed as you alluded to.
Yeah, I mean, with the greatest respect, I think they're a very good side. I've watched them myself this season. They're a good side. Don't take anything away from them. They'll be disappointed, obviously. They'll have expected to come here and beat us tonight, and rightly so in their eyes. But they've come up against someone that was prepared to at least work as hard as them in every part of the pitch. And Fleetwood, for me, people might think I'm biased. I thought they deserved it. I thought they deserved 100%. It.
I don't think they really give Burnley a sniff in chance-wise. I think obviously you had the 2 set pieces, but I do feel that Fleetwood deserved it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, both of you guys. What I'll do, I'll let you both go. It's been a pleasure to have you, Scott,
pleasure
back
as always,
again.
Sam.
Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. Beat George on the commentary as well in terms of that. But no, it's It's been great to stream to every platform, X, Facebook, Instagram and the official Fleetwood Town website. And if you've enjoyed the coverage tonight, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you back very soon. But it's Conor Hawhey's first half strike that sees Fleetwood in the hat for round 4 in the FA Youth Cup. Thanks for watching and see you soon.